Hello. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of, some people are going to disagree with me. Even some people who I know and love dearly who watch this are going to disagree with me. But this is an opinion-based thing, and that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing my opinion. So I want to talk about the hot button issue of the vaccines, the COVID vaccines. Frankly, I don't know why it's a hot button issue. I don't know why it's such a big deal. I do know why, because the government's made it such a big deal. I understand that the government needs to be involved in making these vaccines because of, funding and the amount of greed that Big Pharma has and all that good stuff. I understand why government's got to be involved. What I don't understand is what the government's agenda is on mandating it. I feel like if the vaccine works, then those who want to take the vaccine are going to be protected, and those who don't want to take the vaccine are practicing their own liberties in not wanting to do something, which I think is totally fine. If you're vaccinated and you feel like it works, then why are you worried about somebody else not being vaccinated? If you feel like it works, then it takes away your threat, correct? I would think. So let's talk about the actual vaccines, okay? There's many different theories out there. There's people that think the government's trying to inject them with some sort of poison. There's people who think that it's government tracking, and none of this I believe. But if you believe it, that's your prerogative, and that could be your reason for not taking it, and that's okay. You don't need to take the vaccine, and I don't need a reason why you don't want to take it. I believe in the science of the vaccine. I am vaccinated, and here's a great example. I feel it has been proven to be effective. My son tested positive for COVID last week. So he tested positive for COVID, and obviously he's my son, and I was around him and all that stuff. I'm vaccinated. He's obviously not vaccinated. He's 9 years old. And now, in my humble opinion, I believe now that he's had COVID, there's no reason for him to get vaccinated. Now he should have natural antibodies that are proven to be more effective than the vaccine itself. So, not really a reason to vaccinate him at this point. But I did choose to get vaccinated. I took a COVID test, a few days after. Oh shit, red light. Sorry, go ahead. I almost ran a red light. It's one of those sneaky ones, the sideways ones on the sides that they have in Wisconsin. At an intersection that really doesn't need one, but anyway. So I believe in the science of vaccines, and I got distracted because of that light. And I think that it's up to you whether you want to get it. Okay, so going back on track. My son tested positive for COVID, all right? So I decided to get tested a few days afterwards. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel sick. He had a headache and a fever, and he generally felt like crap for the first day. For one day. I don't know if it was the first day. I don't think you feel anything your first day, so it's probably like the third day or something after he got it. He went to a birthday party Sunday, and then on Tuesday is when he was having symptoms, and then he tested positive. So I decided to go in a couple days later and get tested. I'm vaccinated. He has COVID. Obviously, I'm in close quarters with my son. I tested negative. I don't have any symptoms. I tested negative. I do plan on taking one more test tomorrow to confirm, because sometimes, you know, it's either a false negative or they say, you know, you may not be positive the first couple days or something. But I don't have any symptoms. I tested negative, and therefore that supports my theory in trusting in the science of the vaccine, that the vaccine seems to have been effective in my household, where the one unvaccinated individual got COVID and I did not, nor did my wife. So we're both vaccinated, both of us are negative. So that goes that goes in the check mark for pro effectiveness of vaccine. I'm not saying I'm pro go and take the vaccine right now, you need to do it. Because now, going back to my original point, I don't care if you get the vaccine, and the government shouldn't care if you get the vaccine. There shouldn't be any mandates. The vaccine should be readily available for those who want to take it, and those who don't should be able to go on their merry way and live their lives. Because the truth of the matter is, there are health conditions out there that where people's doctors recommend them not get the vaccine. There's people who are literally allergic to getting vaccines. You know, so like any vaccines, you know, like, so there are reasons to not get it. And that's why I encourage everybody to go see their doctor, talk to them, and decide based on their own unique medical condition and status to determine if the vaccine is right for you. If it's not right for you, don't take it. If your doctor says, no, you know, you can get a second opinion, but I think if your doctor says, you know, hey, you know, you got this going on, you shouldn't take it, then you probably shouldn't take it, you know? If your doctor suggests it and says, you know, everything is good, and, you know, you have, or he says, you know, you have these risk factors would be, you know, bad if you got COVID, but they're not anything that will be an interference with the vaccine, then I think you should take it then. You know, I don't, but even, you should even be able to go to your doctor and they say, I think you should take your vaccine, and then you still should decide from there. It shouldn't be, you know, oh, you have to take it now because you're well enough for it. Well, no, this is still America, and I still have a choice. So, you know, I don't believe anything should be mandated like that. So, to summarize everything, I believe the vaccine works for those who fall into the category of should take it. Okay? So I believe the vaccine works. I believe it's very important for the vaccine to be readily available. But I do not believe that the government should mandate anybody. And I do not believe anybody should be publicly ridiculed for making decisions about their own private medical conditions. I do not think anybody should be pressured, bullied, or made fun of into getting this vaccine. Because I want to ask somebody, what if you told your mother, you have to get this vaccine? How dare you not get this vaccine? You're going to jeopardize this whole family if you don't get the vaccine. And you guilt that woman into getting the vaccine, and because of her unique medical condition and nothing else, and because it, you know, her unique medical condition reacted with the vaccine and she threw a clot and she died, how would you feel? Pretty shitty, huh? I sure would. That's why I'm not pressuring anybody to get it. I'm saying that I believe it's effective for those who receiving it is a for those whom it is appropriate to receive it. You know, there are people out there who are anti-vaccine, well, anti-COVID vaccine. Let's be, there's very few people out there who are like anti-smallpox and polio vaccine or whatever. So let's separate the COVID vaccine from the real nutty people who are anti-vaccine altogether. But you know, there are people who are anti-COVID vaccine that will not budge on it, and that's okay. That's okay. I have some of those people in my life, and I love them dearly, and I can very respectfully disagree with them, and life goes on, and no worries. So, but that's how I feel. You may disagree, and that's okay. A lot of people disagree with me. A lot of people agree with me. You know, that's just the way the world is. So, tell me what you think. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.